What a lightweight performer from a couple of consummate lightweights. From a couple of consummate lightweights.
Order.
You all sat there last night while I reamed you out point by point. Reamed you out. You were sitting up there under the bow ties. The steam was coming out when you sat before an industry group as I took you through the absolute stupidity of your policy positions and against the history of the changes. And why do you think, almost to a person, every business person in the place knew everything I said was dead right? Dead right.
Order.
I know what an absolute joke of a party you are. What an absolute joke of a party you are. And there we have, you can see how edgy and how flaky the Shadow Treasurer is. Last night he got reamed out over there. Today he's up here putting on this act. Last week he's attacking journalists personally, calling them Pavlov's dogs. He's attacking journalists, saying they're going to get them when he gets into office and they'll cut them off from all information. This is the sort of little boy stamp your feet stuff you get from a financial market yuppie when you shoehorn him into Parliament.
Since you're attacking us, can you give us a question? Mr. President-elect.
Mr.
President-elect, since you are attacking our news organization, can you give us a chance?
Your organization
You are attacking our news organization. Can you give us a chance to ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir, can you state, Mr. President-elect,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically,
she's asking a question. Don't
Mr.
be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
You're attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can you give us a question?
I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President-elect, that's not appropriate.
Here talking about his policy and how we should respond. Here's a government that's carried the burden of change in the post-war years from you indolent, useless Liberals, And what you've got a policy to throw $2.5 billion away in tax expenditures, and you think it's going to cover you in some sort of glory. We waited 2.5 years for you to bring down a tax policy. There's no rates, not one specification of rates. We still don't know whether the rate will be 39%, what the bottom rates will be, nothing. All we've got is the Liberals doing their usual thing, trying to buy votes for an election. In your conservatism, last time...
Bing, bing. I love it. I love it. I'm sitting there tweeting. Bing, bing, bing. You press a button. Bing, bing. They all hand you checks. Bing, 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 bing. We had our beautiful Marine standing there. Bing, 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 bing. You know, in the old days, bing, bong. You know, with the map. Bing, bing, bing. Little mouth on him. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, bing, bing. They're cleaning up. Fix it up. Bing, bing, bing. A 14-point plan. Bing, bing, bing. Anthony Weiner. You know, the little bing, bing, bing. Everyone's attacked me, has gone bing. Everyone else, bing. Where have they gone? Bing. Wow, what a tackle. Bing. Playing cards. Bing, bing, bing. Those tunnels. Bing, boom. Right under the toilet. Bing, boom. Right up. Bing. Like a rocket ship, except in the wrong direction. I'd fly over, drop them right on top. You know, just bing. They want me to use the pump because the other one, which I really like better than going bing, bing, bing. It's like puppets. Bing, 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 bong, bong, bing, bing, bing. The bing, bing, bang, bang, boom. I was imitating puppets, and I said, maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. Bye, bing, bing.
You've had the decency to cut that in half. You're now down to about $3 billion worth of bribes. And then he's got the hide to say, our fiscal policy will be 22% of outlays. That's like us. We end up with this enormous level of government spending, 30.7% of GDP. We finally rebuild the building, a proper building, and then it's like building the Empire State Building and this joker jumping in the lift, going to the top and putting a brick on top and saying, look what we've done, ours is bigger. Ours is bigger, you mug, you mug.
Overstate the size of your Trump Tower apartment by 20,000 square feet.
Can you remember it? Why do you read that? Wait,
so why did you overstate the size of your apartment by 20,000 square feet? You said that your apartment was valued at...
My financial statements, just for you, by the way.
You said it was valued at...
You know, it's a big deal. My financial statements are much lower than the actual net worth.
The pathetic quality of that remark. I mean, the shame of it all. I mean, you just should... Look, the thing about you lot, you've just got no shame. Maybe you're just a breed. You're just a breed. When you pop into this world, you're born with no shame. You know, maybe you're just a breed.
Are you familiar, I'm sure you are, with something that's often referred to as the Access Hollywood tape?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's mark it and play it as 35.
You know, and
She used to be great. She's still very beautiful.
I moved on her, actually. You know, she was down in Palm Beach. I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and fuck her. She was married.
Huge news there.
No, Nancy.
Yeah.
No, this was marriages. And I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. I took her out furniture. I moved on her like a bitch, but I couldn't get there. And she was married. And all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look.
She's your girl's hot as shit. In the purple.
Whoa!
Yes.
Whoa!
Yes, the Donald has scored.
Whoa!
Oh, my man. Wait, you gotta look at me when you get out. You're like,
Sets this up.
That is
will
very
you give me the thumbs
Look
up?
at you. You are a
You
piece.
gotta put the thumbs up. You gotta get the thumbs up. Can't be too happy.
First? Yeah, let me.
It's very
You
funny.
gotta give me the thumbs up.
You and I will walk there.
Oh my god.
Maybe it's a different one.
Better not be the publicist. No, it's her.
Yeah, that's her, with the gold. I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
See those legs? All I can see is the legs.
No, it looks good.
Come on, shorty.
Oh, nice legs, huh?
Oof, get out of the way, honey. That's good legs. Go ahead.
It's always good if you don't fall out of the bus. Like Ford, Gerald Ford, remember?
There's a little down below. Pull the hand.
Hello, how are you? Hi.
Trump, how
nice
are
seeing
you?
you.
Pleasure to
Terrific.
meet you.
Terrific. You know Billy Bush?
How are
Nice
you?
to see you. How you doing,
Very
Ariane?
good.
I'm doing very well, thank you. Are you ready to be a soap star?
We're ready. Let's go. Make me a soap star.
How about a little hug for the Donald? He just got off the
Would you
bus.
like a little hug,
Okay,
darling?
absolutely.
How about a
Melania
little
said
hug
this
for the
was
bushy? I
okay.
just got...
That's you in that video, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And am I correct that that video was recorded in January, withdrawn? Am I correct that that video was recorded in September 2005?
I guess that would, I don't know the date, but whatever date it was is fine with me.
And am I correct that you were engaged to your current wife sometime in 2004?
I don't know.
Am I correct that you married your current wife in January 2005?
I don't know relative to that tape, no.
And the person you were speaking to, it's now famous, in that video was Billy Bush?
That's right.
Please
This
let
is
me...
this is very old news, fully litigated during debates, during everything else, fully litigated.
Okay.
And you know what I said then, and I say it now? Locker room talk. That was locker room talk.
Okay.
That's what goes on.
And you did say in the video that you, quote, moved on her heavily, correct?
Excuse me?
You do say in the video that you, quote,
Yeah.
moved on her heavily.
I did say that, yes.
Okay.
Bing,
bong. You know, with the map,
bing, bing, bing. Little mouth on him. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, bing, bing. They're cleaning up. Fix it up. Bing, bing, bing. A 14-point plan. Bing, bing, bing.
Anthony Weiner, you know, the little bing, bing, bing.
Everyone's attacked me has gone bing. Everyone else, bing. Where have they gone? Bing. Wow, what a tackle. Bing. Playing cards. Bing, bing, bing.
that the
Those
only
tunnels.
occasion when
Bing,
you took a
boom.
woman
Right under the
shopping?
toilet. Bing, boom.
And
Right
you're
up.
saying,
Bing.
again,
Like a
this has
rocket
become
ship,
very
except in the
famous.
wrong direction.
This
I'd
is
fly
your-
over, drop them right on
just start
top.
kissing
You know,
them.
just
It's like a
bing.
magnet.
They want me to use the
Kiss,
pump.
I don't even
Because
know. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
well, historically, that's true with stars.
An invitation into Donald Trump's world. Footage from 1992 found in the NBC archives shows the future president welcoming Jeffrey Epstein to his Mar-a-Lago estate. The get-together more than a decade before Epstein pleaded guilty to prostitution charges in Florida. Both men are seen enjoying themselves, Trump pointing out women dancing in front of them. an apparently friendly encounter with a man the president is now looking to distance himself from.
Bing
Well, I knew
bong.
him like
You know, with the
everybody in
map.
Palm Beach
Bing,
knew him.
bing,
I
bing.
had
Little
a
mouth
falling
on
out
him.
with him a
Bing,
long
bing,
time
bing.
ago. I don't think I've
Bing,
spoken
bing,
to him
bing,
for
bing,
15
bing, bing,
years, so
bing.
I
They're
wasn't a
cleaning
fan.
up.
The fact of the matter is, I mean, you went to an industry group and they dumped on you and you cried like stuck pigs all night because you thought it was a Labor audience. You thought it was a Labor group. I mean, you were pathetic because here you are, you're facing an industry group and what do they do with you? They wipe the floor with you. And finally, of course, when you really get down to it, you produce your policy, you sat there for months going over it, and what's the Finance Department say? It's got an $800 million error in it. An $800 million error. That is, the two departments administering these programs, the Department of Social Security, well, just hang on, the Department of Social Security and the Department of Finance. That's the department delivering the programs and the one monitoring them. They go through it and say it's got an $800 million error. Now, we all know it was about 1,000 or 1,100 million in reality. In other words, you got into Howard and the member for McKellar because he had a 19% error in the policy, but Stone and Professor Houston and the rest of them drop up with a 31% error. I mean, you couldn't even get that much right. And then, of course, yesterday we really find what your real policy is. We find what your real policy is on childcare, and that is you'll knock off the fee relief. We find out what your real policy is on childcare. You'll knock off the fee relief and you're going to reduce the fee relief by the value of the rebate. In other words, you give $20 on the one hand and take it on the other. You're going to take away government, the growth in government centres, and throw the whole lot to the private economy. In other words, all the mothers out there ought to know that they'll be being handled by private business in childcare, charging them about $100 a week, which you can now afford to give them $11.70. So they'll be charged $100 a week and you'll give them $11.70. Now, you haven't got a ghost of a show. Imagine you lot managing, you say there's a debt crisis. I mean, imagine you lot managing a crisis. Could you imagine it? I mean, you'd be you can't even manage yourself in this place, managing a crisis. And here you are.
Order.
You know, you're talking about the debt and the current account crisis, but when you get your big chance to really do something about it, what do you say? We'll have a weaker fiscal policy. We'll have a non-wage policy, a cave-in like the pilots with enterprise bargaining, and basically what we'll do, we'll screw interest rates up to 25 or 27% to cut the heart out of inflation. I mean, in the end, you're the same dismal, thoughtless old crowd that you were in 1980-81. You're back to the same policies as 1980-81. You just get in there, lift interest rates, destroy business, and to try and destroy inflation. You haven't got a ghost of a show. This is not a policy. It's a sham. It's a joke. It has no macroeconomic structure. Andrew's laughing there. If the Prime Ministership was ever lifted on him, he would quake in his boots. Quake in his boots. He wants what he always wanted in life, a near victory. Andrew's best result is to nearly win. He loves to nearly win because winning carries responsibility, and the one thing he shies off responsibility like Dracula from a wooden stake. He'd run back that far from any real responsibility. Mr. Speaker, the proposition's a joke, and the government will be opposing it.